Everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing What If Deku Was the Fox of Greed, Part 1. I'm, of course, stopping, if you did not watch my last video, the What If Naruto had all 9 tailed beasts. I might do a redo of that in the future. I don't know, let's just wait 9 months. As well as my name on Fortnite now is Reverse-Fairy. Reverse-Fairy. That's my name on PS4 and Epic username. So, let's get into the intro. So, how this will happen is that since I'm sorry for everything I'm doing with my life, since technically the 7 deadly sins, like each sin is only magic, Deku would not have a quirk. So when he was born, he would have no quirk. Of course, when we went to quirk analysis, he would have no quirk. And he would, pretty much be bullied by Bakugo now. Ban in the afterlife would see this, and, of course, this is going to be long after. Like, they're going to be on the same planet, okay? It's going to be, like, millions of years after. We're saying this because of my plot reasoning. So shut the... And magic has downgraded into quirks. How it would downgrade, because with magic you have multiple things that you can do. With quirks you only have like one thing to do instead of like a whole line of things. You just gotta stay at level 1, or you can go to level 50, depending on which one you're born with. So yeah, while I'm seeing this kind of feels bad for a kid, and that's when Meliodas in the afterlife would tell him, such an interesting kid. Bon, I know you're taking interest. Come on, you do it. Bon would say, Captain, what am I supposed to do? Melio saying, every other one of us have already passed on ours. Although they're in different universes, equally, well, no, they're not different universes. Although you can still pass on yours. Bon saying, fine then. Melio saying, yeah. But Bon saying, but I don't know if it should be this good. Melio saying, why not? Bon saying, I just don't feel like he's the type. Then he would see Bakugo pick on him, saying, now that's my type. Meliodas saying, Bon, you know what, you can be such a big jerk sometimes. You see what that kid's doing to him? I know you wouldn't pick on him. Bon saying, yeah, you're right, that kid's not my type. He's being a little jerk. Fine then. And that's when, in the midst of Bakugo about to explode Deku into the ground, a red fox appears on, I think this one's gonna appear on Deku's head, not head, neck, and that's when, he would all of a sudden take the explosion with his head actually falling off because it was so powerful. And Bakugo thinking he killed him, and him thinking that they gotta hide the scraps. So that's when Deku's head would attach again. Bakugo's laugh. He's seeing this would say, Bakugo. Bakugo saying, "What is it, you idiots?" I'm saying, "Look at Deku." Bakugo looked at Deku and seeing his head is reattached. He's like, "What? How did your head reattach?" Him saying, I don't know. Okay, sorry. Now, that's when Bakugo would say, you're just still a Deku. and then he'd run off. Deku returning home, and his mom seeing the scar on his neck, and what is this? Deku saying, I don't know, but my head popped off, and then it regrew. Well, it attached again. His mom hearing this said, wait, what? How did it pop off? Deku saying, nothing. I just tripped and fell and hit my head in something sharp, and guess it just reattached. Her hearing this said, well, then let's get you to the quirk doctors. Her going to quirk doctors, same results, saying that he doesn't have a quirk, but seems to be a lot of energy is coming from that. Them saying that we'd like to test your son even more. Deku saying, well, that's when a voice in his head would tell him, say no. And that's when Deku would say no. His mom would ask why, and so would the doctor, him saying, I don't want you to. This power is mine and mine only. Doctor hearing this, and this is going to be also once Doctor saying, no matter what you do, we're taking you in. Him knocking out Inko and taking her out, with him about to try and knock out Deku. That's when all of a sudden Deku would, that's when, what do you call it? Somebody would come up and try to kill him. Well, no, not try to kill him. They would try to kill him and just take his mark, but that's when they would kill him, his limbs and stuff that they cut apart would grow back together, and they would say, "Astonishing! What a nice quirk you have!" And saying, "I don't." With a voice instead saying, I don't have a quirk." Him saying, "I don't have a quirk." I was thinking, why am I saying this? This voice in my head is telling me say it. And that's when all of a sudden the doctor would try to knock him out, but that's when he would grab the guy's needle, break it, and punch the doctor, making him go through multiple walls, rendering him unconscious, Deku running out, and bringing his mom with him back to their house. His mom would up and saying, what happened, Izuku? Deku saying that, those guys tried to take me in, and they were evil, so I think I may have killed one of them, or at least made them unconscious. His mom saying, oh, well, that's when somebody would appear in front of him that only he could see. He would say, so you are Izuku Midoriya. He's asking, who are you? Mom, who's this guy? His mom saying, what do you mean? Nobody's here. His mom saying, what? Nobody's here. I'm saying, oh. Bon saying, oh, only I can see you. You know that scar on your neck? I'm saying, yes. It's not a quirk. I'm saying, yeah. The voice in my head told me that. Bon saying, oh, wait, I was the voice in your head. I'm asking, why would you be the voice in my head? I'm saying, well, you see, millions of years ago, there's this group called the Seven Deadly Sins. They all had a mark, and, well, your mark is one of the strongest. I would count it as probably third strongest. I'm saying, okay. Bond saying that this group of people would always defeat demons and protect the fairy race, the god race, and any of the giant race, and the human race. Bond saying, Ducky saying, wait, what, there's fairy races? Bond saying, yes, well, there were, until you humans, who fell in love to what you call magic, took over. But there's still some people lurking in the shadows. They were thought to have been dead, but they are called the Ten Commandments. They are they're an elite group of demons who serve directly under the devil himself. Bond is saying that you must gather I'm saying you on a journey to gather the rest of the sins. And saying, wait, what? I'm saying, oh, don't worry. You won't have to embark that yet. I'll train you first. But by the time you're 10, you're going to have to leave and start to gather the sins. I fear by the time that you are 14, that the Ten Commandments will make their move. And by then, if you don't have all the new 7 deadly sins, then, well, something bad will happen. With the rest of the sins appearing, saying, "Oh, Bon, you were talking to yours now?" As Melius was saying. I was saying, yeah. With Merlin saying, he seems like a chipper boy. With Diane saying, yeah. With King saying, with King blushing at Diane, and Bon would say, he may seem chipper, but I know he's been bullied constantly. That's why I gave you the Fox in a grade. You have the powers to take other people's powers for yourself and use them, includes quirks. Of which, since you're not a quirk, since you don't have a quirk, nobody can steal this power from you. As well as you being immortal. I mean, I only died because plot armor. Plot armor. So that's when Merlin would say, mine is located in a place called, Italy. That's when Eskin would say, mine's in a place called America. That's when Diane would say, oh, mine's in a place called, I'm pretty sure it's China. And King would say, mine's in a place called Antarctica. Mine's in a place called Iceland. Him say, okay, and that's when, I'm pretty sure I got the rest of this one. Oh yeah, that's when Gother would say, mine's in this new place called South America. And that's when Melios would say, oh, well, mine's near you. Mine is in a place called, it's in Japan. It's in a place called Hosu City, which I can say, oh, that's not far at all. Melios saying, yes, you should probably go collect them first. We're only saying you on this because of your immortality and your strength. You will probably be the strongest other than the rest of them, since I was really only strong because I was a demon. I'm saying, wait, what? With Meliodas saying, oh yeah, your sin is probably going to be the strongest of us now. I'm saying that, well, Diane's sin is a giant like him. King's sin isn't a fairy. Let's see it. Some other things. But of course, they will all be made into those eventually. But yours, it's just you. I'm saying that yours will probably be the strongest forever now, though, since, he's immortal, and plot armor does not come after him, at least for now. Breaking the fourth wall. Bonnet saying, what are you saying? Melia saying, oh, nothing. Deku saying, okay. And Bonnet saying, so I'll be training you. They won't be training yours, will you? Then saying, oh no, we'll train them. Just, eventually. And saying, okay. Come on, kid, let's start training with Deku probably unlocking most ability. So. We're gonna say, so this is going to be in 6 years away. So when he's 10, by this time, he's unlocked the full ability of being able to regenerate his limbs and faster. Not faster than Bon, of course, but faster. let's just say his power level is that of a white demon, which I'm pretty sure Bond is stronger than that. If a whole bunch of holy knights could defeat it, that weren't even like cardinals, except for the Grandmaster. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that for my own reasons. Called my own reasons. So yeah. But not anywhere close to the 10 Commandments. I'm saying with him, this being day before he goes. Now, he hasn't made friends with Bakugo, and Bakugo heard that he was leaving. He was congratulating him, and he was about to say, "Well, Deku, this goodbye explosion." When he did that, Deku grabbed his arm and threw him out, and threw him against the wall, saying, "I'm done hiding from you, Bakugo. This is the last time I'm dealing with you. So, you better stay out of my way forever, or I will kill you." Baku hearing this gets mad. It says, "What can you do, Deku?" He's about to launch at Deku, but that's when Deku grabs his head and starts dragging him across the wall and throws him at another wall, saying, "You haven't trained a day in your life. You're weak." I'm saying, Baku saying, "How are you so strong? I hate you, and I will kill you." With this making Baku take a more dark turn. Not becoming a villain, but this is going to be used in the advantage of the future. It just so happens they have a few, like, demon spies, of course, 10 Commandments, and one of them is in Deku's class because of the fact, well, the one guy with the demon wings, we're going to say that is, and he sees this and saying, "I better tell this to the masters." Him being not even Red Demon, being way weaker than Red Demon. Not even being, like, pretty much just being a scouter. That's it. Not having, like, any combat or anything like that. I'm pointing back. Because they would all be at everywhere's near the Sins. So, you'd say, "Oh, that, Izuku Midoriya is leaving." Saying, "You will follow him." I'm saying, "I don't think I should." Saying, well, the 10 Commandments ask, well, the 10 Commandments asking why. Yeah, well, and of course, if this was an actual anime series, you'd just be shown as dark figures standing there, and that's when the boy would say, "Baku Katsuki, he seems like, he could inherit a white demon." I'm saying, what is that to us? I'm saying, he's sworn to kill off Izuku Midoriya. He has a big hatred for him. I feel like if you were to get him on your side, and that's when they say no. At least not now. I want to meet this kid in 4 years. The year of which we are going to attack and take back over realm. And, the guy saying, okay. That's when that's when another figure would appear with horns and stuff like that and would say, 10 Commandments. Why? How is your progress doing so far? I'm saying we have 4 more years left until we take back this place. I'm saying, good. What are you doing talking to a boy? I'm saying, oh, this is one of our scouters. So, I'm just keeping him a serious figure. Though you can probably guess who it is because of how he's talking to them. If you can't, then watch the 7 Deadly Sins. But anyways, and that's when all the sins around the world would feel this chakra. Not chakra. This magical energy appearing, and Izuku being the closest. Well, it's between the let's see, what do I want to call the guy with this with Meliodas? And I think I'm gonna call him. Wait 1 second, let me do something. Okay, so the Meliodas' the sin of the dragons, I'm pretty sure it is gonna be called Ryu. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. That means dragon in Japanese, so I'm saying that. So yeah, so Ryu and Izuku would start going closer to each other, and then they'd feel each other's magical energy and think that it was similar. That's when eventually along the way that they would meet them, well, not how long away, but they would notice this and pick up more on each other's, but they would ignore it, start concentrating on theirs. Deku thinking if this must be Meliodas' reincarnation. I feel the same power I got from him, all except of course not the demon part, which I could tell it's demon because the other people. I always knew I felt a weird energy coming from that one guy with the wings. And that's when we switch over to the Ten Commandments, of which your conversation with the mysterious figure, and of course they're all mysterious figures, but we know who they are because I said so. And all their conversations we've done with Deku, going to sleep tonight, wake you up the next morning, say goodbye to his mom, saying that, and his mom saying, Izuku, why do you have to go? Can't you take me with you? Izuku saying, sorry, mother, but I will bring my pet owl with me, which this owl is going to be super long, and so it's pretty much going to be flyable. It's pretty much going to be like the pig and hawk, but, doesn't scratch. And so it's big enough for us all to ride. We'll actually know. No, I'm gonna make this an extra power for Deku. He can summon a giant fox with one tail. So he says that this will be what we're riding. So I'm saying, of course, I always have the food shop, the restaurant to bring. He would say, well, goodbye, mother. Well, I think I'll say, okay, goodbye, Izuku. With Izuku hanging towards the direction of Hosu City. So, along the way, there would be some conflict, and you arrive at a town of which there was some fire that started, and he saw this. But then he saw this figure with a whole bunch of figures with red wings step out, which are like the scouts, but they're like newer scouts, so they didn't know what they were doing really. And that's when they saw Izuku, and they could feel his power. But then they saw him riding a one-tailed fox, and then they also saw an image on his neck, and they said, "Wait, that's Izuku Midoriya." The fox and agreed. That's when they would all start running away. But that's when let's say that there's 5 of them. Izuku would let's say that there's like 7 of them. Izuku would take down 3 of them at once, then he'd go over and hit the tail on 2 of them, and that's when the last 2 were flying away. But that's when one of them jumped in the way of the cloud that was coming out. Oh no. The punches flying at them and got punched into the ground while the one guy escaped. Going to go report it to the Ten Commandments. That's when he would report in saying that they were just assaulted and 6 of us were killed by the Izuku Midoriya of the Fox and of Greed. When the Ten Commandments hear this, they say, you guys were being sloppy. Next time he sees you, he will not hesitate to kill you. He's like, yes. They would say, go. Your presence is bothering us. Them saying, we're regaining all our strength. In 4 years, all our strength will be back. We'll be able to destroy this world. Because the magic, as it was playing in the original, the 7 Deadly Sins, by millions of years gone now, there's like barely any left. If anything, they have to steal some from the people, which there's still not a lot of magic in them because the quirks have downgraded. All that magic was lost with the fairies and the giants. they know that all the 7 deadly sins are going to be together by the time that they're on, or at least almost together. And that's when, throughout the long journey, a few smaller fights would happen. But that's when you'd go to a dark cave to see somebody evil testing on somebody else. Now, this would be all for one. All for one, knowing of these thematic quirks, would take a scout's blood and put it into another man, in which he thought could make them a stronger Nomu. But that's when all of a sudden they started to turn red, and their demon took over, and they jumped out of the building. And this happens to be the town that Izuku's walking through. And then that's when all of a sudden here's a whole bunch of buildings break. And that's when he sees the red demon charging through the city, destroying it. And when he hears about to show up, Izuku shows up in a flash. And that's the red demon recognizes him from the days when he was fighting in a war. Well, not a war, but he remembers him from the 7 deadly sins, and he would mumble a few words they can, because they're dumb demons, I'm pretty sure. At least those guys are dumb, the red ones, and I'm pretty sure the white ones also, but I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe they're smart. Really don't have an idea. They probably are smart, so probably can't talk. These probably don't talk, I would think. So that's when they would say, he would say, 7 deadly sin. And when people hear this, some heroes recognize it from old folklore, but they never think that would be true. Then Unseen's would say, no, he's not Sin. And that's when all of a sudden a giant red fox with one tail would appear. I'm saying, wait, could he be the fox in Greed? The one that we've heard briefly about. And that's when Deku would run up to the demon chopping his head off. But of course, everybody's seeing this is horrified, thinking that this young child was just killed. But that's when his head would come back to him, and it would attach back to his body, and saying, "Is that all you got, Red Demon?" The Red Demon charging at him, he's jumping over it and punching it repeatedly, making it go back, and using the special weapon, the nunchuck things, which he would have received by now, to slice to both of its arms off and one of its legs, is saying, "Red Demon, have you anything else to say?" With Red Demon, not doing anything, just getting its head chopped off. With the blood being spat all over, that's when all for one would be watching this and think, blood from something of a demon, that could make my Nomu even stronger. Him with Izuku turning around, walking away, but then he would get a warning signal and see that the red demon body was gone, but he would see dripping of red demon blood, but he wouldn't mind it. He would think, oh, the hero probably carried it away. Of course, it was All for One. Now, All for One returned to base and started trying to test with it. So, yeah. So Ryu, by now, would be noticing a strong power heading towards him, so I'm noticing that, as well as Meliodas saying that the Fox Sin of Greed, Izuku Midoriya, has just defeated a red demon, which is surprising, but can't be helped since he was trained by Ban himself, and he is immortal, and he also has his weapon. This is Ryu asking, what do you mean by weapon? That's when we go over to Ban saying that, well, you see those nunchucks I gave you? All those sins have something like that. Like, what do you call it? I forget who he called. Like Meliodas, like Captain had one that could make him multiply, except it would become weaker. Yours lets you channel energy through it and make it harder. I'm pretty sure that's how it is, or it's pretty much like charge magic through it or something like that. I don't know how the nunchucks work. That's when Melios would appear and say, well, after you get all the sins, you're gonna have to find most of their items. I'm sure Lady Merlin has a few of them. That's when Merlin appeared and say, you know me too well, Captain. They're saying that I have Deannes in a smaller form that could be wielded by a human, as well as kings. I'm asking, how'd you get those? Merlin saying that, well, she had a feeling that we'd have to make more sins someday, so she took some of their weapons, all that she could. And she says that she thinks that she knows where your weapon is, Meliodas. I think it's in America where Escanor is. Please, Meliodas would say, so, East Kumadora, you're going to be the next captain. On hearing this says, wait, Captain, why not the dragon sin? Why not your sin? Well, why not Rio? With Melio saying, oh, sorry, but he's too weak, and also, East Kumadoria has a nice heart. Him saying that you'll find Rio in about a day. He's in the next town over, Hosu City. And that's when we would go over to Hosu City the next day. So, when he gets to Rio, feels this immense power and starts running into a forest called the Black Forest, where everything is all faded out. Pretty much all of the magic in that area has been taken by the Ten Commandments, but they didn't notice Rio's strength in that area. So yeah. Deku, feeling the power going, would say, Red Fox, let's go that way. He would follow it into this black forest. He would ask what happened with with whoever you call it. Let me think. Blah, blah, ding, ding. With Merlin appearing and saying, this is what happens when the Ten Commandments come. They seal all magic left on the earth to recharge themselves. This rate, the world will be dead in around 10 years to keep recharging. But in 4 years, I would say, well, at least this continent. I'd say in 4 years, you'd have a lot of it destroyed. With her saying that, well, you could always travel to the Fairy King's world. So I'm saying, I've heard of the fairies before. It's the Fairy King. And, Merlin saying, oh, that's King's home. King was the Fairy King, but now, but eventually the Ten Commandments are gonna find their way over there. There's no way ditching that. They can sense energy from very far. I'm saying, oh, with Merlin saying, I really have taken a liking to you, Izuku Midoriya. Well, Rio should be just round the front side of it. I know he won't go too far in. There's some dangerous things in that forest. Most of them are demons banished there. Mostly red demons. But I think there are about 2 or 3 white demons in there. And then Merlin saying that there's a barrier placed there, probably by the Ten Commandments, and link them out. Those were all probably traitors, but they will attack you. With Rio finding one of the red demons, and Rio not being that strong at all, actually probably being just a bit weaker than Red Demon, would try to go all out, but the Red Demon would still fiddle with him until all of a sudden Nunchucks would chop the Red Demon's head off, with it landing on the ground, and Rio asking, what happened? Them saying, Deku would ask, wait, who are you? And then he would see the mark on his neck, and Izuku would see the mark on his, let's say, hand. To Izuku saying, see Rio, the dragon sin. They're saying yes, and who are you? They're saying, I'm Izuku Midoriya, the Foxen of Greed. I'm spawning a giant red fox, which pretty much just looks like this, also giant. And that's where I'm going to head it off. Hope you all have a nice day, and cheers, fellas.